Hello and welcome to Beach View, our podcast about different things and/or stuff.
Hello. So we are finishing up the first season of Bocchi the Rock.
Yes, which now confirmed to be a first season. When I watched it, there was no expectation of that, so.
That's right. Yeah. Which I'm glad they're adding another season because the way this ended was very open-ended. We're going to see what happens.
Well, I was thinking that, watching this now, I was like, oh wow, this just kind of ends.
Mm-hmm.
When I first watched, I was like, I didn't have that thought. I was just like, oh yeah, that's a neat ending.
Yeah. I kind of felt like, it just ends. Like, I want to see what's next.
Yeah, but it's not unusual for works based off of manga that there's no guarantee that they're gonna get anything past their first season. They'll just pick a point and be like, this is our ending now.
Exactly.
That they kind of try to draw something that feels conclusive out of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good ending.
Yeah, I feel like this doesn't do a terrible job of that, because it's like, oh yeah, they're gonna keep going with everything, Yeah. It's not if it did end here, leaves room for, there's more that would happen, but, the story feels relatively complete, at least this arc of it.
Yes, and it wasn't a total cliffhanger where you're like, oh my gosh, I need answers, so it was fine, yeah, exactly.
Yep. But, what'd you think of this set of episodes?
So, yeah, I was just gonna ask you. Okay, I liked it. I liked the direction it went in. I think the first 6 episodes really captured the characters and their quirky personalities and kind of established where they were going as a band. Or where they wanted to go, I should say. Which was really cute, as I said multiple times in the last one. And then this set, 6 through 12 episodes.
7 through 12.
Oh, 7. You're right. 7 through 12. I thought was good. It had I liked that it didn't feel rushed. I kind of felt okay, if it's ending, are they gonna? And I know it's 6 episodes, right? But I kind of felt if it's ending, they're gonna rush through oh, what happens in the band, long term, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, I just had that expectation. And I like that it wasn't rushed. They kind of still went slowly. They still showed multiple characters having little freakouts and still just kind of brought them through some tough little things for them, and I liked it. What about you?
Yeah. I think this set of episodes may be a little weaker than the first half, but overall still really good. There's still a lot of hilarious moments. Yeah. Also, this set of episodes has less plot than the previous.
Yes.
Which that makes sense. They're trying to establish characters and the band and the scenario. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I thought the first set of episodes was just such a cute introduction to all the characters. You really grow to love them. And this one, like I said, they kind of went through different scenarios, but there was a lot of kind of I don't want to say side quests. That's not the right word, but a lot of showing what's going on in their minds, or just kind of stuff that's not super relevant to the main plot, I'll say. But it still had the delivery of the funny sarcastic lines. I love the little subplot line of is it Rio? Is that how you say it?
Rio, I believe.
Rio. Okay. I love the little subplot lines of Rio not having any more money, and she is always trying to mooch off of the others, and she's starving and they'll give her a french fry, that little subplot's really cute. I like the subplot of the drunken rocker lady who's just a mess, and the sister, the manager, is hilarious. I think she's just super dry character. I love her lines, and even the other coworker of the manager, I don't know their names.
PA-san. I don't know if she has an actual name, but that's what she's called when she's first introduced, which is clearly a nickname.
Right, yeah, I think they're funny little side characters. So I enjoyed that about this set of episodes.
Yeah. And something I mentioned last podcast episode was the cutaways being in different mediums.
Yes.
There's a lot of that here. There's like the claymation one. There's like
Yeah.
the game piece one, which is like her thinking about her life, and it's like the game of life, and she's a little piece on it.
Cute. I like the also the one that was like art inspired, like where she kind of morphs into like it was kind of influenced like different painters, like one was like the
yes,
screen. Yes. I thought that was really cute. I don't remember which episode that was in, but it was cute.
Yeah, I don't either, but yeah, a lot of references in this one, which I didn't catch all of them, but I did catch this. This is clearly referencing something. Like, I don't know all the references.
Yes. Yeah, I thought that just adds a layer to the anime, which I think is cool. You know, like I'm not super familiar with anime besides like the ones I've watched with you, which you know, has only been a few. So, I just thought this was like I'm always impressed. I don't know why, like I guess cuz I'm not super familiar, but I'm always impressed by like the layers of like, you know, the references and like the emotions and like all of that really come out.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you, who with this set of episodes, like who's your favorite character?
I don't know. Rio has some really funny lines.
Yeah.
Bocchi's always great. Kikori's always great. She's like really drunk in every scene too.
Yes. Exactly. I'm really liking the manager better and better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to say one of those three, probably.
Yeah. I love that they make the moochers like pay up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To Bocchi too. They're like, stop owing her money. Give her her money back. And they're like embarrassed, like sorry, like they got caught, you know.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Notably, they're both bassists, so.
Yeah, exactly. We're like, I'm gonna have to ask Travis about that one. He plays the bass.
I don't know if that's a stereotype about bassists or if that just, like, this show just went for that.
Yeah.
There's also that Nijika line where she's like, the 3 Bs you don't go for in a boyfriend are bassist, bassist, bassist.
Love that. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to ask Travis about that one.
Yeah.
So he did see a little like clip of the band playing. Like he walked in when I was watching it, and he was like, "Oh, that's a Gibson, whatever. That's a Les Paul. That's a like immediately named the instruments." And I was like, "How can you tell? Like just by glancing?" He's like, "Oh, the shape of it and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
cool."
Yeah. Well, they use real guitars, so.
Yeah. So he like immediately named them. He's like none of those are like super expensive.
Oh,
like you
okay.
can get them affordably, so it's not a crazy. Because I had asked him.
Yeah, because that's something I've seen online. Is that some of these shows will have like high schoolers with really expensive gear.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I like how they kind of explain like she's using her dad's vintage guitar, and she goes to buy a new one. Like that's so cute. Her little freakouts. I like totally relate to those. So I mean, I'm not like that. My social anxiety is not like that. Poor little thing. But I do relate to some of those like internal freakouts. I love that.
Yeah. Also, speaking of that, I like that this show does have her like growing.
Yeah.
And, like trying to overcome her anxiety, but it's not like she's magically fixed now. She still deals with it, and it's like different for each situation.
Yes, I love that. And I thought that's where the end episodes were gonna go, with her just like taking off and really come into her own. And I really love that because it's not like a linear process, and I think they like definitely got that right, where they're still because I mean, of course, like half of the, I don't want to say fun, but like the enjoyable moments is like seeing her in her little world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and so I think like they did a good job with that, of just like, she's not going to magically be cured of her anxiety. And I love that they showed like some of the other band members, having like little anxiety episodes, because like something that like I think everybody deals with in some way or another,
Yeah. Also, when Bocchi starts like retreating into her like own world and starts like imagining all the things that could go wrong, they start like getting into it with her.
Yes, I thought that was kind of cool.
And they clue in on it more.
They're like, oh no, she's a blob. Yeah.
Also, basically every time she does it around like a new person, she's like, "Oh, that's normal for her." Like,
yeah.
They all.
I just love how understanding they are. Like they just are so accepting of everybody's little quirks, and that's like my favorite thing about the whole show.
Yeah. Yep, they are all very nice to each other, very supportive friends.
I know. I'm like, dang, like you wouldn't for people who just met each other, really. I mean, I guess some of them knew each other longer, but
yeah,
they're just so like understanding, and I think that's like really nice. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, she's doing it again, they're like, okay, let's get into this with her.
yeah. Also, yeah, it's revealed that Kikuri knows I think both people who work at the club, but Nichika's sister, the manager. I never remember her name.
Yeah, just the manager.
Yeah, they knew each other from college.
Yeah, that was interesting. And that we learned that she's like, wow, you're really not doing well with the alcohol.
Yeah.
She's like, you really should stop. That's not healthy.
Yeah. We also learn her origin story for alcohol. She's using it as a coping mechanism.
Yes. Wait, I love how she's like trying to encourage Bocchi, like, you should try alcohol for your anxiety. It helps.
Yeah.
But then they're showing like what a mess she is, so.
Yep. Also, Bocchi's sister is kind of mean.
That's why I love her personality. She's just like no nonsense, but it comes across just like really funny.
Yeah. The whole thing where she's like, during summer vacation, she writes a thing, like a journal, and draws little pictures of what she's doing. She's like, yeah. I asked Bocchi to teach me guitar one day. I'm always so busy, so I can't practice like she does, shut in the house every day. Something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really funny. I hated like Bocchi was like going crazy, like being in her house for summer vacation. Like nobody noticed. Well, I mean, I guess her family noticed, but the band members.
Yep. But yeah, I guess I'll get into the plot synopses.
Sure.
Alright, episode 7. Bocchi invites the band over to her house. While they're there, they're supposed to come up with band t-shirt designs, but that doesn't really end up happening. Instead, they all, hang out with their family. And then later they learn that a typhoon might hit the day of the concert, and it does.
Womp womp.
Rather light on plot, this episode was.
Yeah.
Very hilarious.
It was. And, it was interesting to see, just because, we deal with hurricanes, they deal with typhoons. So, how everybody, they tried to come, but they couldn't because of the rain. They, flooded in, whatever, So I thought that was just an interesting little thing.
Yep. Episode 8. The band has a decreased audience due to the typhoon. Between this and a negative comment, they overhear the band gets demotivated and starts making mistakes on their first song. To make up for this, Bocchi starts their next song with guitar solo. And this works, and the concert ends up going off fine. And then they eat at a restaurant together afterwards. While there, Bocchi worries about her future again. And then later goes outside to talk to Nichika, and Nichika here realizes that she's Guitar Hero, and they talk about their dreams together.
Sweet.
Also, there's a title drop in this episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So, episode 9. Bocchi still has some summer break left and wants to do something different than what she usually does, but ends up laying around inside all day. She waits for the band to invite her somewhere, but they never do. Then on the last day of summer break, they decide to go to the beach. And then they hang out and are ready for school the next day. Again, kind of light on plot.
Yeah, it's mostly them it's making memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, they're kind of, showing they were making memories. They were, visiting, the beach and visiting a temple and, trying, beach snacks and, different stuff like that. And I love how, one of them, and I don't remember who it was, one of them was like, let's climb all of these stairs, like, to the top and get this beautiful view. And, like, nobody else wanted to do it, but they did it anyway.
Yeah.
It was just, like, you know, one of those funny little, like, there's always, you know, one person when you're, like, going to visit somewhere that's like, let's do more. And everybody else is like, no. It was like a cute little thing. And of course, like, Bocchi, like, freaking out about, like, you know, people approaching her and different stuff like that. So it was a cute episode, but yeah, kind of light on plot.
That was Kita that wanted to climb up all those stairs.
Kita, yes. So enthusiastic.
Yeah. But next episode 10, Bocchi's school is preparing for their school festival, and she debates whether or not to perform at it. She eventually decides not to, but Kita found her application and turned it in. Then she gets invited by Kikuri to watch her band perform, and afterwards Bocchi invites her to the cultural festival. Which she, like, you know, that's confirmation that she does actually want to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, later, Kita reveals that she didn't accidentally turn in the application. She did it on purpose and apologizes. Bocchi, however, forgives her, and they have, like, a chat about that.
Yeah, I love it because I think it just shows, like, she really needs to be, like, pushed a little bit in order to, like, you know, try new things and come out of her shell. So it's a cute little relationship that we see them having. Like, they're becoming better friends, like, at school, and I think that's nice.
Yeah. Episode 11. The day of the festival arrives, but Bocchi is missing. The band searches for her and finds her in the garbage.
I love that.
They hang out at the festival together, and then eventually their performance comes up. It ends before they start. I
love that. I think it's funny how she's, like, reverting back to, like, hiding in a dark space.
Yeah. Yeah, again, a plotlight episode. There's, like, 3 episodes where they're mostly just, like, hanging out.
Yeah.
Episode 12. The performance starts. During the second song, however, 2 of Bocchi's strings break. Kita improvises to make up for this, and Bocchi performs her solo using one of Kikuri's bottles that she brought to his school. It's not relevant to the plot, but it's just, like, a thing that happens.
Yeah. It's called a slide, apparently.
Yeah. But before the third song, Bocchi gets put on mic to say something, and in a panic decides to stage dive. However, no one catches her, and she ends up in the school infirmary.
Yeah.
Afterwards, Bocchi goes home, realizes that she has Guitar Hero money from her online videos, and uses it to buy a new guitar. Then they go out shopping for the new guitar, and then the show ends.
I liked this episode.
Yeah.
For one, because she improvised and was able to kind of, like, save the day with her skills. But then she had, like, a major freak out, so, like, they ended up not playing their last song, right?
Yeah.
And then she takes a dive off the stage, and it's, like, I don't know whether it's, like, tragic or, like, hilarious. She doesn't seem to mind too much because, like, people are, like, talking. They're like, oh, you're the girl who dove, right? Or whatever they say. And so we don't know if this is, like, horrible because she, like, totally failed at what she was, you know, her last minute decision to jump off the stage, or if it's, like, funny and, like, it's just something that's, like, she's known by now. Like, it got people talking about the band, you know?
Yeah.
So it could be a good thing. But, yeah, I again love how, like, understanding her bandmates are. They're like, we're gonna have an after party, like, if you're feeling better. If not, we'll do it another day. Like, they're just so accommodating. And I just, like, I don't know. I find that to be a little unrealistic, but
yeah, but
it's, like, very nice.
Yeah, the show's about, like, you know, it's meant to be kind of like a slice of life. Friends hang out, and the struggle's mostly internal. It's not like, you know.
Yes, yeah. But it's a cute thing that, like, you know, they got her on stage at the festival with, like, a big audience. The audience was, like, cheering. She saw that she had, like, people there supporting her, you know, supporting the band. But, like, internally, she's like, oh, wow, these people are here, you know, some fans from the street when she played on the street and, like, that kind of thing. Like, and just her ability to, like, you know, get out of a bad situation she was in with her guitar. And then we see her, like, oh, you're actually earning money from your, you know, your I guess, I don't know if it's YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, it looks like YouTube, but they never call it that.
Yeah, they never say it. And anyway, I just think it's like she's more successful than she thinks she is, and that's really cool. And then I just loved the whole part about them going to like the music store and like her just like absolutely freezing up or like agreeing to buy stuff that like she already has. She's like, yes, I'll take it, just to like get the person to stop talking to her. And the bandmates like step in and like help her. They're like, no, you already have that. Or like, and then she like runs out of the store at one point and like, you know, her band members like finish paying for it and everything for her. So it's so cute because like, that's just like her personality. Like she's super excited about buying a new guitar, but like you wouldn't know it like based on her behavior of like total freak out, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, so episode 7's really funny where she's hanging out. Like she really goes all out about it, even though it's supposed to be like for band stuff.
Yes. Yeah, so her parents were so cringy when they were like hanging out with the bandmates at her house, like in the living room or whatever they call it. But like they're hanging out and her parents are like, we thought her friends were imaginary, like y'all actually exist, and like she's never brought a friend over before, and like, oh my gosh, they were like, and then her little sister, you can always count on like a little sister to like really call you out in front of people, you know? And I was just really laughing at it. I was like, they're so cringy. They are embarrassing her so much, but she's just like retreated into her own little world again. So
yeah.
But that was hilarious. Like she like decorated her whole room. I love when they find like her photos of the band. I was like, she is so embarrassing, but like it was really cute. Like they're like, why does she have this photo, all of these photos? Why is it blown up? Like
yeah.
Like, because she's really excited to be a part of something, you know? I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, also the outfit she wears, or that it's not an outfit, it's like the star, those like plastic star sunglasses, and she has a fake mustache on.
Yeah, she's like masking, I guess. I don't know. I was like, that is hilarious.
Well, I think that's her idea of like what a party person looks like.
That's so cute. And like the big banner on the outside of the house that they keep showing. It was like, welcome, band,
At one point it cuts to like just a random bypasser who looks at it and like freezes in their tracks for a second.
Yeah, they're like, what is this? It's so cringy, but I love how the bandmates just like go along with it. Like, they don't care.
Yeah, she tries to, they try to brush her bangs back, and she like turns to dust.
Yes, like, she does not want to be exposed. Really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. At one point, they're like, well, multiple points, they're like, you should wear, like, cuter clothes instead of this one tracksuit. And she's like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, also, episode 8, where, Kikuri shows up and she's just absolutely smashed. Like, every time they cut over to her.
I love how messy they make her. Like, she's just such a mess. Like,
and, at the concert, she has to, like, lean on the manager.
Yes. Or she's like, when she comes, I guess it was beforehand. I don't remember when it was. And she's like, how about some free drinks? And the manager's like, no. Like, get out of here. And she, of course, stays and is, like, leaning all over everybody and being a hot mess.
Yeah.
She's such a funny character.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was like, I just thought it was so funny how she's like, yeah, this is why I started drinking. Like, you should start too. I'm like, girl, get out of here.
Yeah, also, episode 9, where, she's acting weird, because she's like, I wasted my summer break, it's like she's making graves for the cicadas.
Yes! They're like, you've got to stop her from doing that. Like, she's making cicada graves outside. Like, please go help your friend out. But I love how, like, none of them really thought about, like, inviting her anywhere. Are they like, well, I was going to, but... And then, like, the whole summer goes by and, like, she has no friends to hang out with, you know?
Yeah.
So she's just slowly going crazy. But I didn't really understand how they were like, when she was looking at her Guitar Hero thing, and she's like, oh, like there were some comments that said, did she quit? Like, basically like, did she stop uploading videos? Like, what happened? And she's like, oh my gosh, I've been so busy. I haven't uploaded any videos. And I'm like, girl, you were not busy all summer. Like, what were you doing?
Not uploading videos.
Yeah, like, why didn't you upload any videos? Like,
she had her schedule cleared.
Yeah, I know, that was so sad. But the poor thing, she's like, I cleared my schedule so we could hang out with friends, or, we could all hang out together. But, like, nobody invited her, but she, like, would not invite anybody else to do anything. Because she's like, if I do invite them, then I have to pick the place. I have to figure out what we're doing. And she's, like, just totally going, like, having a breakdown about it. And I'm like, I get that. I totally get that. Like, that is me 100%. Like, I don't ever, like, invite people anywhere, like, because then I'm like, well, then I gotta figure stuff out, and I just don't feel like doing that. So I totally got that 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, also, I like the whole bit where you were talking about earlier, where Kita wants to climb up all those stairs, and they're, like, struggling with it.
Yes.
They eventually take an escalator.
Yes. And it's like the escalator saved the day.
Yeah, but that whole section's, like, really funny to me, because they get up there, they're like, yay, air conditioning.
Yeah.
And then, like, Rio starts talking about the Tower of Babel for some reason.
Yes, that was, like, such a bizarre little, like, yeah, like, she just was totally out there with that one. That was funny.
And then Kita still wants to sightsee, and they're like, okay, we did what we set out to do, let's leave. And then Rio's like, my favorite part was the air conditioning.
Yeah, I love that. Like, nobody wanted to be there. They're like, who cares about the view? And that, again, is 100% me. Like, when there's, like, something where you gotta climb super far, but the views are beautiful, I do not care. Like, I don't want to see those views. Like, I'm just, no, it's never worth it to me. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love how she wouldn't let anybody, like, squash her enthusiasm about it. So that was kind of cute, too.
Yeah. Also, skipped over this, but during their, like, restaurant outing after the concert, Kita starts, like, getting in her feelings about how she doesn't like her name.
Yeah, what was that about?
Apparently it's a pun, that's what she said. I don't know what the pun is.
Oh. Yeah. Maybe I need to know more about it. More about the
Yeah, but she says
language.
it's a pun, so and she doesn't like that.
As I'm saying, I love how they all have these, like, little, like, their anxiety comes out in different ways about different things, Yeah, I think that's really funny.
Yeah, Bocchi starts panicking about her future again.
Yeah. And she really wants to drop out of school.
She also overhears, like, two, businessmen talking about, like, how miserable their lives are. Or, well, the one's talking about how miserable his life is. The other one's just kind of supporting him.
Yes. That was funny. That was an unexpected little, like, sidebar there.
Yeah, it feels like we enter a different genre for one scene.
Yes. So you're like, wow, that's depressing.
Yeah. She's like, oh no, I'm gonna become an alcoholic and never succeed in life.
Poor little thing. I'm, like, eager to see, like, where this goes. It really is a good show. Like I know we said, some of these were kind of light on plot, but it's still, like, funny stuff and like just a cute story about Bocchi and her band and stuff. So I love it. And I like how they kind of added to some character development, like the manager. They talk about how she was in a band, but she really was, like, the caretaker for her little sister, and she, like, dropped out of the band and opened, like, this club, so that, because she knew her little sister loved it, and she would, like, tag along to all of her music gigs and stuff. And, like, I just thought that was, like, a sweet, like, because she has such a cool exterior, like, we see, she really is sweet. Like, she really is looking out for everybody else. And the way she kind of, like, takes care of Bocchi in her own way, I think is, like, just a really cool little detail with her character.
Yeah. And they all really come together. They've been practicing a lot, so really coming into their own as a band.
Yeah.
Bocchi gets attacked by birds.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's really cute. I think one of the things, like, we kind of touched on in the last podcast episode was, like, the music is actually, like, really good. Like, when they're playing, like, their little original songs and stuff, I'm like, this is interesting. Like, who wrote this? Like, I would love to know that. But, like, I love when they are showing, like, how they kind of, like, messed up on the first song that they were playing. Well, I guess, was that the one in the club where they messed up? Yeah, with the small audience. And, like, I don't know, the instruments and the music and everything, I think they do a really good job of, like, showing that. I mean, I know that's what the whole show is all about,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Usually, like, when they show, like, a band in, like, a TV show or something, it's just kind of like, okay. But I like the, like, original songs that they sing and stuff.
Yeah. I also like, the little side note when, they go to meet Kikori's band, her two band members.
Yeah, that's funny. And Bocchi's like, wow, they're really polite. Like, you could be a polite rock star,
Yeah. Yeah, and the one of them, like, is English and flew to Japan for anime reasons.
Yeah, right. That was cute.
Yeah, just,
I thought that was good.
Yeah.
I think it's, like, all opening her eyes to, like, different, just a lot of different things. Like, it's definitely making her come out of her own little worlds. And that's, that's what we see, like, her journey through that is kind of fun.
Yep.
My favorite thing, I think, is, like we were saying, like, it's the comedy. Like, it's just funny. Like, I love the, like, dry sense of humor that, like, comes out. Like, these little lines that, they'll insert here and there. Like, they're just, like, really funny.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of good comedy in this. One of my favorite jokes is a little like, Bocchi gets upset at something, and she turns into like a unfinished 3D model and gets flung in like a bunch of cubes or something.
Yes. That was funny.
Yeah, or that art joke like you mentioned, where she turns into like famous paintings.
Yes, I thought that was super cool. I was like, oh my gosh, like, very creative.
Yep.
I think they did such a good job with, like, producing this show. Like, I think it looks really good.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just, it's funny. So this is, like, our super popular show, right?
I mean, I don't know, like, in the grand scheme of things, but it's fairly popular. Like, was a hit, popular enough to get a second season. So.
Yeah. I wonder what the second season, have there been any spoilers?
Oh, yeah, well, this is based on a manga, so.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Like, I don't know how, close the, anime follows the manga. Like, basically everything I've heard about it, it's like, most people don't go to read this manga. It's like, wasn't on people's radar beforehand. And, like, the anime adaptation is, like, far superior to the manga. That's what I've heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Usually it's the opposite.
That it, like, really elevates it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, so, like, whenever season 2 comes out, we're gonna have to watch that.
Yeah.
I'm invested in the story of Bocchi now.
Yes, we'll see.
I think that's cute.
Yeah. If she meets her dreams or not, or what else happens.
I know, like, I'm kind of eager to see. I am a little disappointed that they're saying the anime is way better. But, I mean, I'm not disappointed that I'm watching it because obviously I'm not going to go read the manga. But I'm like, man, usually, like, the book is always better, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a thing. There's definitely people who prefer manga adaptations and, like, the anime subculture.
Yeah.
And usually when something becomes a show, like, people are, like, big into the manga to begin with.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's, like, known that something's going to, like, hit. I mean, maybe that was the case with this, but I don't remember anything, like, about this beforehand. Like, this came out as an anime and it blew up, kind of, maybe a little bit of a surprise hit, even.
Interesting. Yeah, so, I mean, overall, I thought it was a great anime. I'm glad that we watched it. I think it's, like, something that even if you're not into anime, like, I think it's just a good story. Yeah. So definitely would recommend.
Yeah, and like I've said, one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like, it just, like, even rewatching this, which is like, I think my third time watching some of these episodes, it still really hit for me.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of jokes still really got me. I was laughing a lot at it. It's like really sharply written.
It really is. It really is. And I just love the whole cast of characters. Like, I don't think there's one character that aggravates me. Like, usually when I'm watching, like, you know, a show or a movie or something, there's always, like, one character that I'm just like, oh, I hate that character. But this one, they're all just, like, fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, yeah, I guess, yeah, we'll have to wait for season 2. Hope that's as good as season 1 was.
I know. It better not disappoint me. That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, great show.
Absolutely. Success. All right. Do you have anything else to add?
I don't believe so.
I'll take us out. This has been Beach View. Thank you for listening. Join us next time. Bye.
Bye.